As it is not easy to become an entrepreneur, nature to become one is a way, and you have to be resilient, be able to make right decisions and keep going during unpredictable situations. Watch these 5 things carefully before you fail to become an entrepreneur. 1. Office space should not be your priority. One of the most costly mistakes you can do as an entrepreneur is to rent high-end office space, thinking that it will foster growth through increased productivity and project a more professional image. It does none of this. In fact, all it will do is to increase operating expenses and precipitate a drop in profits. As an entrepreneur, you have to know the culture you start with will probably be the culture you end up with. Try to get employees and the staff to adopt a more rigid culture after years of having a relaxed culture. Gonna be very difficult. You will give your staff flexibility and startup identity in the very first place, that's right, but it will be very hard for them to adapt less lucrative environment and culture. They will become less productive. The very important thing that you should do is to build a strong and effective team. 2. What you wear is not important than your business. Galactic investors prefer that disruption be applied to business and not to fashion. When you appear at the business meeting in your normal attire, you'll be perceived as a lack of fashion businessman. When it comes to what is acceptable to wear when doing business, conventional wisdom demands that you dress to impress, that you project the most professional image. However, I think the suits, as they are affectionately known, are no more substantive than the hoodies. In fact, the hoodies are often less concerned with social norms and more concerned about developing the best product possible or monetizing their inventions. Don't get me wrong, I'm not condoning that you dress to the point of being offensive. The point is that your dressing is not so important than your product. 3. Manage expectations than people. Manage people will make you sick. It's impossible to manage people. You will run into problems when you begin to hire people who are not interested in your idea and team as much as they are eager to receive a paycheck. Bringing in people who don't share the same motivations creates a new headache that you won't be prepared to endure. The best thing you can do is to get people who like your idea and are more keen to work for you and your idea. In so doing, you will be able to manage the expectation, drive to your goal. It will be less hard than harder when you people manage the team. 4. Choose your spouse wisely. Choose a mate who understands that your drive to succeed at times trumps satisfying their sex drive, among other things. Distractions in the form of bad or draining relationships have destroyed so many businesses. In fact, many venture capitalists value a company's worth based on the increased risk that married co-founders present. When choosing a mate, make sure that person is an asset, not a liability. 5. Customer is your boss. Everyone talks about how entrepreneurship affords you freedom and independence to do what you want. No longer do you have to suffer the rigid and long hours of corporate activities, nor do you have a demanding and insensitive boss breathing down your neck every minute. In many ways, these things are true. In fact, I'm guilty of scrapping these benefits of entrepreneurship to spur interest in those to start a business. However, entrepreneurs gloss over reality by focusing on such half-truths. What is reality? The reality is that even if you are an entrepreneur, you have a boss, the customer. The idea that entrepreneurs are free of accountability is misguided and delusional. Ultimately, every business is accountable for meeting the needs of the customer. Small companies and equal presumptuous entrepreneurs ignore the customer's input and feedback. On contrary, entrepreneurs, especially those who have experienced a degree of success, feel decreed to determine what's the best for their customers, more than its customers are entitled to determine what is best for them. This attitude often manifests itself in the form of poor customer service or a slump in sales, often leading to a company going out of business. Do a check on these things and see if you have fixed any of these factors mentioned in this video.